Tonight, from M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's a special prime time.
Two hard-hitting blue-collar franchises, one of the better rivalries going. The Ravens and Steelers are underway. And here's Pickett to put it in the air off the bat. Open man here is Gentry. And he'll be out right at the 35. A good start. One play, 10 yards.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations. But a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
To the air on first down with Pickett. Flush to his right. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
As quarterbacks like to do, he pushed it downfield on that throw. But I think that since he was outside the pocket and there was open space, it would have been a good time for his first carry of the game.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Pickett will look to throw it here. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Pickett and the Steelers in need of a big play here. 3rd and long after the sack. A first carry here for Joe Mixon. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. On is Presley Harvin now as he'll send this one away. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. Fielded at the 20. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll try and start this drive in the air. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. Looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage and that's it. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with 3rd down looming. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. So that time the pressure got home just as he was releasing the football and caused the pick.
And what it did was it disrupted that fragile balance of the mechanics of throwing the football. You know, from the footwork to being able to actually throw it downfield. If one piece of that puzzle gets disrupted, it affects the entire chance of success.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. Well, you don't usually usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to have to put a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that. Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play. And
now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Wow, so wipe out the INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
And now their lockers are not right next to each other for the post game. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Khalil Mack. And the Ravens are going to get the football here at their own 23. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw caught by his receiver, Hill. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 77 yards. And the Ravens take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The Steelers ready for their next possession. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
And that's a nice throw right there. And I'll tell you what I've seen in recent times and actually watched a presentation in the offseason from a college offensive coordinator that showed about 10 different drills that he runs with his quarterbacks to show them how to get out of the pocket.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Joe Mixon, 57 yards. And the Steelers are an extra point away from taking the lead.
Well, earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
So back even at 6 apiece as the kick's away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Sometimes in the run game, you can make the argument that quickness beats size. And how about the example right here?
We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Jackson escaping the pressure right. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Good clean play, no flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it'll be 2nd down. Pickett back to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Pickett and the Steelers in need of a big play here. 3rd and long after the sack. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
The Steelers send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Watch out for Hill on the return. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now this offense back out next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Forced out to his left. Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
In as many coaches' meetings as we sit in, we hear the word finish all the time, don't we? And on that play, the back actually finished getting into the end zone, breaking the last tackle. Tried to wrap up, tried to use the proper technique, just wasn't able to get it done.
And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. And they'll accept that penalty. Well, not content with a first quarter lead, I guess. They're going to go onside kick. flag down. Yeah, you got to wait until that ball goes 10 yards. They did not. They hit it before, and that draws the flag every time.
And there's no doubt in my mind that converting an onside kick has never been tougher in the NFL with the new rules. So trying to get it to 10 yards, timing up perfectly, that's tough enough to begin with. But when you go ahead and grab it before it goes, you've got no shot then.
1st and 10, here's Pickett. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens will take over possession here up at the 44. 2nd
Tonight, from Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh,
two hard-hitting blue-collar franchises, one of the better rivalries going. The Ravens and Steelers are underway. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
Wow, just one snap in, partner, and the complexion of this game has already changed because for the defensive side, they just handed their offense a short field and a big early advantage. And even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to look back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. On 2nd and inches, Jackson. Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
And sometimes when you run a screen pass down in the red zone, it's really tough to create a lot of room to operate. It feels pretty condensed. But that was really well designed there, and they're able to pick up a first down.
Now Jackson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And the Steelers are going to get the football back at their own 17. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Mahomes to throw. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. The 40, 20, 10, 5, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Justin Jefferson, 83 yards. And the Steelers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 20. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a Touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
A well-executed 22-yard gain.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Play action. It's Jackson. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Buying time to his left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. And they put it on the ground here on the second drive. And, of course, Charles, that follows drive number 1 where they have the INT.
Makes you wonder what's going on with this team, because a lot of times we can attribute it to nerves, but maybe it's a lack of focus. Maybe it's the preparation for the game. Maybe they just came into a little lackadaisical, because that's just not looking good at all. That's just not the football that we came here to see.
Eluding the pressure right. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. Finding room at midfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. The all-everything defensive tackle, Aaron Donald, the one who made the play there.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it, because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this will stay a 1-score game as the lead will hold at 6.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up no good.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Jackson now. A quick slant to Hill. Touchdown! Tyreek Hill, 38 yards. And the Ravens strike quickly here to tie up the ball game. And it's no good. He missed it. And the game remains tied. Oh, boy. So back even at 6 apiece as the kick's away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Steelers ready to take over on offense. And they were in field goal range last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Looking to throw is Mahomes. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
Even keeping the back in for extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
This is taken at the 23. 56 yards the punt that time, 12 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
I think it might be time to move to a different section of the playbook there because back-to-back runs, both for loss. Now they have 3rd and long coming up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He is going to find Hill here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Jackson to throw. Oh, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. They go play action with Jackson. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. McCaffrey following the penalty. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And he's got it. And the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Now it's Jackson. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson taking it in from a yard out. And the Ravens have moved out in front. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. And that flag accepted. Well, not content with a first quarter lead, I guess. They're going to go onside kick. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game, and maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They've got to steal it and try and gain an advantage, and they tried. They just didn't get it done.
So he'll be stopped here for no gain, and it'll be 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case,
rush coming, and he's taken down.
Alex Highsmith making the nice play and getting the sack.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is taken around the 12. It's a 54-yard punt with a return of 11. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he is out of bounds right around the 34. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs in. The big fella! The 20! And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Zach Gentry, 66 yards.
And the Steelers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
This time, the extra point up and good. And that will tie things up at 13. Square now at 13 all as he sends this one away.
Pulls it in at the 13. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. Out now is the punter, Jordan Stout.
Fielded just inside the 20. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt.
Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. They go play fake. Mahomes.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
He's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Now Mahomes. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
And this one is incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground.
And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Now a timeout called for by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
They'll give it to Mixon. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. These two teams all tied after 1. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
To throw, it's Mahomes. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Joe Mixon from 8 yards out as his guys have now moved out in front.
It's never fun for a defense to run on the field knowing that they're having to defend a short field. Just the idea of trying to limit an offense in that position, daunting for a defense.
Boswell for the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Now this offense trying to change the script here a little bit, CD. Trailing on the scoreboard, and the last time out on the very first play of the drive, they threw that interception.
And you definitely saw his coaches, teammates come over to him on the sideline, tried to help him shake it off because in this game, his team is down right now. So it's important to make sure you get some confidence back for both the quarterback and the entire offense. Otherwise, those mistakes could continue to pile up.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now it's Jackson. Back at the 22. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. To throw is Jackson. That's Samuel. Caught left side. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next. His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down.
Well, I think we've got evidence right now that this team's not going to be daunted at all. Just because they're backed up doesn't mean they're not going to continue to throw the football. They threw an incompletion on 1st down, but they came right back on 2nd down and threw it again. And this time they hit it for not just good yardage, but a 1st down.
And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
Mahomes to throw once more. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Well, it hasn't been banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Now here's Mahomes.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
You see this a lot on corner blitzes because they don't often get a shot at the quarterback, so they want to take it when they can. But this time, the hit came too late. Easy call for the official.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. Mahomes hit. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. A disappointing end of the sequence there. He was starting to turn nothing into something, and then he lost the football.
And sometimes things get lost in the transition. And what I mean by that is you go from being a passer to a runner. And at a certain point, once you cross the line of scrimmage, you're strictly a runner now. There's no more downfield threat. Make sure you take care of the football while you're traversing downfield.
To throw again on 2nd down, Jackson. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. They'll run with McCaffrey, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 4th down now after a loss of 2. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. But trailing here in the first half still, but maybe, Charles, that'll help them get some momentum back. First, the forced fumble, and then they're able to get a field goal out of it.
And down in the game, they came out and created their own opportunity on one side of the ball and did get points out of it, as you mentioned. Complimentary football right there as they try and bring this one back to even.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive.
Well, at least it wasn't a turnover like the last drive. You'd think they'd make an adjustment and be ready to make up for that turnover. Instead, just another big play for the defense on that snap.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Mahomes going to throw.
To the right side and complete to Jefferson.
And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
On third and long, it's Mahomes.
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted.
Buda Baker with a pick.
And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They go play action now. Jackson sliding out of the pocket. He's got his man. It's Andrews.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Play action. Now Jackson. He'll buy some time right.
Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
And the Steelers are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
Mahomes now to throw. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. So no gain on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Flush to his right.
Able to find his man. It's Pickens.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
Justin Jefferson
with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Steelers go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
And that is off the left upright. It's no good. After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Ready to take over.
And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4's kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. On 2nd and 9, Jackson dancing to his left. Throw left side complete. That's Andrews.
On the move past the 40.
And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 36. Throwing is Jackson.
It's a slant to Hill. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Now Jackson on, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the 1st down sack. Jackson. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson.
Pass on the crossing route is complete. This is Andrews.
And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 12-yard line. Jackson.
And he'll go right back to Andrews.
Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. On 2nd down, it's Drake. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now Jackson.
And that'll be checked down to Drake.
And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. There's still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. Tucker's kick is good, and this is back down to a 7-point game. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no wind. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets back on, and they're ready for this next series.
We're in the second quarter. He already has 2 touchdowns. We know how good he is. That's well documented. How do you contain it?
We know he's a nightmare. So in this situation, I would go ahead and double him, maybe even have a third person in the area, and try and dissuade them from throwing him the football. Make someone else beat me for a while, because I don't know that their talents are his, because when he gets his hands on the ball, he breaks down my entire D. Someone else, they may not make the same type of a play.
Well, we know his talents are very good. Completes it to Watt. Just a gain of a couple there, and that will bring up second down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes is quite a surprise to the guys playing defense, because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
On play action, it's Mahomes. Rolling to his right. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
On is Presley Harvin now as he'll send this one away.
That's fielded at the 8-yard line. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Second and 10.
Jackson. And going deep for Hill. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
I've got a good friend in football, always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That's taken on the 25. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A good return there, 17 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. George Pickens and the Steelers headed back out for another series.
He's been really good in the yardage category, yet to hit the end zone, however.
A minor blemish against him right now because the work he's doing catching the ball, in some ways he's helping serve as good ball control because the big plays that he's making have really helped out his team.
Absolutely. They're winning on the scoreboard here in quarter number 2. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Patrick Queen. And the Ravens will take over possession here up at the 44.
Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Jackson now. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Slings it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson.
And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
And maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Tre'Davious White with a pick.
And the Ravens are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, Charles, it's so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play.
Getting through the break at record pace and right back to football. 3rd quarter, here we go.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. And he's got to be wondering what happened in that first half. 3 interceptions, very uncharacteristic.
And even the great ones go through phases like this, like what we just saw. And most of them, they have such a mental capacity to throw it out and essentially start over. I think that's where he's headed now.
He's got his opportunity to throw it out. Let's see how he does. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational, CD. That is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one, weren't able to do so.
Now he'll let it go deep right side. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Harrison Smith.
And the Steelers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with second down coming up. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away. Throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Chris Jones drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be fourth and long. The Steelers send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Jackson on first down. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Throwing again on second down. Jackson and he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
Alex Highsmith
Bringing the pressure yet again. That's his third sack here tonight. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick 6.
I think that's a great observation, too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. To throw again on second down. Jackson.
Right with it.
Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Fourth down, here's Jackson. And my goodness, another interception. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback who just threw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is, you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game, telling all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercept it. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They go play action. Now Mahomes.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
And it's a fumble, and the Ravens have got it.
So potentially a turning point here in the third quarter as that swings the door back open just a bit.
Yeah, they're still down 2 scores, but I do think we're at that point in the game where you're going to reach for the football whenever possible. You're going to hear the coaches scream from the sidelines, tackle him, second guy in, tackle the ball.
Oh, Hill, great grab. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Tyreek Hill with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Ravens are back within a score. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. Jackson here, he's going to look to throw. And he will get into the end zone, and a 2-point conversion will cut this down to a 6-point game. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense, that's 2 points for them. But he identified an open target and put it right on him.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Here comes the return from the very back of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up. That last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive.
First throw now for the backup Tua Tagovailoa.
He's got this to Pickens.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll roll him out right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body.
Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it.
There's another big play for him right there, and that's not the first time we've said that throughout this game. This last catch puts him over 200 yards receiving for the ball game and leaving the defense with just one word in their mind: helpless.
They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson with now his second touchdown of this third quarter.
And the Ravens take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Tucker with the extra point, and that will put them on top here in the third. Well, it wasn't a one-play drive, but I think they'll take it. The scoring summary: 2 plays and into the end zone. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Now this is going to be returned from the back line of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Escaping the pressure right. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Watch 18. 18's the mark. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Watch twist. Watch twist. Watch twist. Twist, twist.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Got an open man, finding Jefferson.
He's at the 40. Past the 20. Touchdown.
Justin Jefferson.
82 yards.
And the Steelers have answered back with a third-quarter touchdown of their own to retake the lead. Pretty good response. They had given up the touchdown and the lead, but they struck back.
And I love the way that they just saw it happen. Took a quick exhale on the sidelines. So let's go get it back. And fast. Let's go ahead and throw the ball downfield and get our own 6 points.
A huge chunk play to regain that lead. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
Ravens offense back out there.
And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jackson. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. He is going to find Hill here. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and 1, Jackson. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. 20. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. So what a turn of events there. You're driving to take the lead in this 3rd quarter, but then being returned for a touchdown.
Certainly a great example of how focus has to be there on every play, doesn't it, partner? You can't get complacent, and I think that he did. He's got him moving downfield, but that's a play where he just shouldn't have thrown the football, and that ultimately could wind up costing him the ball game. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick 6. And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
From the 29, Jackson. Quick slant, Tyreek Hill with it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson. That'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews.
Now the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. The 20. 5. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Extra point now by Boswell. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone.
And he's going to be out of bounds here as the run back will leave him shy of the 20-yard line.
And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Jackson.
Yeah, he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by the linebacker, Miles Jack.
And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
The first down screen pass, good for 5.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Joe Mixon,
his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Steelers get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that will bump the lead up to 26. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a 1-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick.
And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football.
Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's 2nd down. Now Tua.
He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Tua now on 1st down.
Completes this one to Pickens.
And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. No gain on the screen there. It's second down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass, and sometimes he does.
And in for the Steelers touchdown.
Joe Mixon. Excellent work there to get in on the touchdown run. And the Steelers are pouring it on.
Boswell for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. 5 plays there on that drive. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
And now here come the Ravens.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Here's Jackson to throw. And that will be incomplete. Jalen Ramsey right there in coverage to knock it away.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield of man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays just like that one we saw there.
Good head-down running on the return. Gets about 15 yards. And they will take over first and 10. Tua Tagovailoa in the offense heading back out.
He really continues to pick apart this defense. Last drive, perfect, and it culminated in his third touchdown pass.
As long as we've been doing this, how many times has a player in this type of a zone described the game as really slowed down?
Yep.
So right now, instead of warp speed, it's
snail's pace.
Oh, snail's pace for him, and he can do whatever he wants. Feels like he has all the time in the world to throw the ball, and his offensive line has been giving him that.
On second and 10, Tua eluding the pressure right.
And Tua going to slide to a halt, but he will have the first down.
They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up first and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa.
Pickens on the slant.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first.
They keep looking his way, and he certainly keeps delivering. That puts him just shy of 200 yards receiving now for the game. And I've got a feeling they'll keep calling his number until the end. Got to wonder, if you're on defense and you know he's getting the ball, can't you make an adjustment?
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a second and short. Looking to pass. Tua.
Tua hit, and the ball is out.
And it's picked up by the Ravens.
Hey, we can preach ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? Excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. So both offenses come to life here in this third quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. There he goes, right side. He's at the 30, 10, 5, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Christian McCaffrey an even 90 yards. And the Ravens get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. McCaffrey, he'll try to run it in. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the two-point conversion for good measure. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets back on, and they're ready for this next series.
This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a...
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
Another run with McCaffrey on second down.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Throwing is Jackson. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Christian McCaffrey.
A 9-yard touchdown run.
And the Ravens use the short field to get in for 6.
They'll try and run with Drake. And they are 3 for 3 on two-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score. Only had a couple of yards to gain there on the two-point conversion, and they were able to do it.
And how many teams shy away from running the football in the two-point conversion? They treat 2 yards as if it were 20. If you're a good team running the ball, go to your strength. Go ahead and push it into the end zone.
Yeah, they did. It worked.
And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets back on, and they're ready for this next series.
And I think we both agreed he could have a really good game with this matchup, but over 200 yards now.
I don't think we saw it as that good, and I think what really makes it special is when games like this are occurring, it's not just getting locked in and in the zone and on a roll. It's continuing to adjust throughout the game because, you know, the defense is kicking coverages towards him, trying their best to slow him down, and he keeps getting the better of them.
Yeah, whatever they've done, it hasn't worked.
Back to the air on second down, Tagovailoa. That's going to be caught by Pickens.
And they'll be stopped right at the 30. On a play that started back at the 15, they pick up 15. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time.
Tre'Davious White with a pick.
And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the fourth quarter.
It certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
Yeah, still a 3-score hill to climb. We'll see if they can do it.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
He's now just 3 yards shy of 197 yards receiving on the contest and a first down. Up the middle they go with Drake. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Jackson. Flush to his right. And it's caught. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Tyreek Hill from 17 yards out. And the Ravens have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But, Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a 2-point conversion differently than if it was 1st and goal from the 2, or I should say 3rd and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run it, let your linemen surge and fire out.
Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets back on, and they're ready for this next series.
So far, he has the trio of touchdowns. Obviously, it's been a pretty good game for him.
So if this were hockey, they'd be throwing their hats out on the ice for the hat trick, right? I'm not sure exactly what you do in the NFL except applaud and continue to hope you see a little bit more of this. What a tremendous game.
You want to start a new tradition? What can we throw on the field?
I don't know.
Throw your mic out there.
A lot of fans would like that. Cut his mic off.
3 touchdowns so far. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Tua sets up to pass it. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Play action. Now Jackson. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Well, here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Micah Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Tua escaping the pressure right. This one brought in by Jefferson. The 40. Past the 20. Touchdown. Justin Jefferson, 84 yards. And the Steelers use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
And now the Steeler offense staying out there, and they'll go for 2.
The 2 are going to try and throw for it.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Marcus Williams. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Well, that was almost a 4-point swing. The interception, if he had returned it all the way, would have been 2 for them, but just a little bit shy.
And when it's a play like that, you're exactly right with the math, but don't you feel like it would have counted for more if they found their way all the way back to the end zone and gotten the 2? That changes the whole momentum, doesn't it?
Ravens offense getting set and ready for this next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
Sliding out of the pocket. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. To throw again on second down. Jackson. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Minka Fitzpatrick.
And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football.
And yes, folks, that is his 5th interception, a new NFL record.
And that's absolutely phenomenal. I just have to flat out applaud him. What a great effort in this game. But let's face it, when you look back at the numbers of guys who had 4 in the past, you'll find the...
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
Picked off by Roquan Smith.
He's at the 40, 20, 10, and he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception... return for a touchdown. I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets back on, and they're ready for this next series.
What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Tua flushed out right. His throw incomplete.
But I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
On 3rd and long, it's Tagovailoa. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the side.
Oh, now it's free. Hill fumbled it. Then he'll take this back down inside the 20.
right, zero rooting interest in it, but that one hurt.
Well, yeah, you're losing in the fourth quarter. A bad time for a fumble on a punt return.
They had an opportunity. All right, they were sensing. They're down on the scoreboard, and now they just gave that one up.
On first down, Tagovailoa. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with second down coming up.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
A good pickup there, a 22. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown.
Joe Mixon
From 3 yards out.
and the Steelers have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this fourth quarter.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead now up to 14. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They'll run with Drake. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Jackson.
A quick slant to Hill.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now a run up the middle with Drake. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. They go play action now. Jackson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Cameron Sutton.
And the Steelers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, Charles, you got a quarterback out of the pocket, try to make a play, and you get it, but instead he ends up throwing it to the other team.
And partners, we know to be successful in this league, no. Number one, you're going to have to be able to make plays on the perimeter or when the pocket breaks down. But number two, you've got to make smart decisions with the football. And that time, that simply was not a smart decision.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus.
And now off to the races, down the right side. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Justin Jefferson.
47 yards.
And the Steelers have put this one to bed here in the fourth quarter.
Boswell good with the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Baltimore Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Huntley to throw. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Here's Huntley.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
To throw, Huntley.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
And the Steelers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Well, Aaron Donald just so strong they can't block him, and he records the sack.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Here's Tagovailoa to throw.
Got an open man. It's Pickens.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall,
nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
Back to throw.
Huntley.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On the give, this now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
You've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Eluding the pressure right.
To the right side and complete to Jefferson.
And in for the Steelers touchdown.
Justin Jefferson.
31 yards.
And the Steelers have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th. So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. Trailing by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football.
A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 56 yards. Typically with catches like that, we talk about the height of the wide receiver, but he's one of the shorter receivers in the NFL.
And it doesn't seem to matter, does it? Put the tape measure away. How about some of these guys under 6 feet tall? Antonio Brown, T.Y. Hilton, and Super Bowl 53 MVP, Julian Edelman.
This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, a 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Ravens are able to cut into that deficit.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets back on, and they're ready for this next series.
He's been almost impossible to bottle up. You see that number 10 on your screen, a big reason why they have the lead.
One of the guys that's being featured in this game and making sure that he's targeted because they do try.
And now here is another interception. Buda Baker with a pick. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. And now out come the Steelers.
And the pick 6 we just saw makes things a little more interesting. Still, though, a 2-possession game as they control their destiny in this fourth quarter.
Tagovailoa trying again after the pick 6. Room here to run. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Throwing again on second down.
Tua. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a fourth down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. So possession goes over here on the punt. So the Ravens now down on the scoreboard. A minute 53 remaining. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down.
Now Huntley.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Here's Huntley. Pass complete, Samuel.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Huntley. It's a slant to Hill.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as it comes with a minute 15 left to go in the second half. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
Here's Jackson.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick.
And the Steelers are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's going to have the first down as he's marked down just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 4, and that should just about seal the deal. Tua now on first down. Flush to his right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Tua. And my goodness, another interception. Buda Baker with a pick.
And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it, Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right.
And, oh, it's complete. What a catch at the 7.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads.